Look at me when I'm talking to you before I slap the shit out.
Oh, bitch, if you slap me, Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Get your ass up. Get your ass up.
Welcome back to the Joke Dealers podcast, where heartbreak isn't just a lesson, it's stand-up material. Today's saga? Love and hate relationships. Because nothing describes modern romance better than blocking someone mid-argument, right? Let me ask, have you ever fallen so hard for someone you ignored all the red flags like they were just avant-garde home decor? You're over here thinking, babe, your trust issues really tie the room together. Now you might be wondering, is dysfunction the new feng shui? Well, if love is blind, hate is squinting at your receipts in HD. Here's the setup. Love lifts us up dopamine, flooding your brain. Oxytocin making your partner's flaws look like quirks. But here's the conflict. Hate doesn't wear rose-colored glasses. It's got high-res vision, and it's storing screenshots for the group chat. That's emotional whiplash, my friends. So what's the resolution? Simple acknowledge that love and hate are like two apps running in the background of every situationship. They're both data hungry, battery draining, and popping up with notifications when you least expect it. See, nobody tells you the honeymoon phase comes with software bugs. Let me tell you a story. My friend once called love a roller coaster, but forgot to mention that hate is the safety harness tight, uncomfortable, but sometimes the only thing keeping you from flying off the ride. So before you swipe right, ask yourself, are you ready for the high-def emotional drama, or do you just want the filter? Let's zoom in on red flags, those warning signs we all pretend are fashion statements. Why do we ignore them? It's called cognitive dissonance, a fancy term for holding two opposite beliefs at once, like, they're perfect for me, but also consistently forget my name. Now, you might say, but love takes work, right? And you're correct. But love shouldn't feel like you're updating Windows 98 with dial-up. Picture this. You're up at 3 a.m., writing poems, thinking you're Shakespeare. 6 months later, you're starring in CSI, Screenshot Edition, forwarding evidence to the group chat. That's attachment style in action. Are you anxious, secure, or just desperately trying to open their phone with Face ID while they sleep? Here's the conflict. When we romanticize dysfunction, it breeds codependency, a psychological phenomenon where you become addicted to the emotional roller coaster. Remember, mutually assured destruction is not a love language. Resolution? Start treating red flags like stop signs, not suggestions. Emotional boundaries aren't just buzzwords. They're the GPS that keeps you from ending up in toxic Xville. So next time you're tempted to say, babe, your rage issues match the curtains, ask yourself, are you decorating or detonating? Love and hate get real in the everyday moments. Let's talk fries, hoodies, and that Netflix password. Ever notice how love means sharing fries, but hate means adding extra fries just so they can't touch yours? That's behavioral economics in action. Scarcity breeds possessive instincts. Now, imagine. Love texts, I miss you. Hate texts, return my hoodie or I'm calling your mom. That's a classic case of escalation when minor grievances snowball. Next thing you know, someone's lawyered up over a playlist. Here's the conflict. Our brain's limbic system, the emotional center, makes us irrational. We swing from sharing playlists to splitting the account faster than an algorithm can say, suggested for you. Resolution? Laugh at the little things, even when they sting. Remember, love is let's build together. Hate is let's split the utilities. Both are vital. One teaches compromise, the other sets boundaries. So next time you're arguing over who gets the last fry, ask yourself, is this love or is this just low blood sugar? Let's get into the heart of chaos, arguments, situationships, and that weird space where even Siri's confused. Have you asked your phone to text your before anyone else and Siri replies, which one? You've blocked 3 this week? That's digital ambiguity where your contact list is more confusing than the plot of Inception. Now, arguments in love are supposed to lead to understanding. But in hate, you're pulling out receipts, PowerPoints, and maybe a witness list. This is psychological projection, where you take your own fears and pin them on your partner. Here's the setup. You want to heal together. But the conflict? Sometimes you're just rehearsing breakup speeches in the shower. The real drama is when you realize your situationship has more plot twists than a streaming drama. Resolution? Communication. It's the Wi-Fi of the relationship. If it's weak, everything buffers. And if you're relying on passive-aggressive memes to make a point, maybe it's time to upgrade your connection. So next time you find yourself debating over who gets the shared Hulu login, remember, clarity beats confusion every single time. Finally, let's talk about love and hate in the age of social media. Posting cute couple pics? That's digital validation dopamine hits every time you get a like. But when hate arrives, suddenly you're cropping them out like they're in the witness protection program. Ever notice how love is saving their birthday on your calendar, while hate is setting a reminder to ignore it? That's selective memory, your brain prioritizing survival over sentimentality. It's called motivated forgetting, and it's as real as your ex's thirst traps. Here's the conflict. We all want closure, but the internet's forever. Even if you block them, their meme from 2014 haunts you in the Memories tab. Emotional residue, anyone? Resolution? Embrace the comedy of closure. Laugh at the awkward photos, the crocs, the arguments about who gets the dog in the breakup. Learning to let go isn't weakness. It's emotional intelligence, the adult upgrade of your inner OS. So if you're tempted to stalk their socials, remember trauma doesn't come with an unfollow button, but a sense of humor helps you double tap on your own growth. As we wrap up, let's zoom out. Love and hate really do live on the same block. Sometimes they even carpool. You ever think, why do we fall for the same type over and over? That's the repetition compulsion, where our brains try to rewrite old stories with new characters. Here's the setup. Every heartbreak feels like the end. The conflict? You're stuck replaying old arguments, analyzing text messages like it's the Zapruder film. But here's the resolution. Growth. Every bad decision becomes a punchline, and every ex is just a teacher with bad shoes. Let me tell you, heartbreak is the tuition you pay for wisdom. It's the open mic night of your emotional journey. You bomb, you learn, you come back stronger. So whether you're in love, in hate, or in between, don't forget, text your therapist, not your ex. And remember, humor is the best closure. That and changing your Netflix password. This has been the Joke Dealers Podcast. Love hard, laugh harder, and whatever you do, never date someone who says, I'm crazy, but in a fun way. Catch y'all next time.